welcome back to the Whatnauts Reactor Core number 46. This week we are talking about what if Marvel zombies. I think this is number 5 in the series there. Yeah, 5.
Yes.
So we are now officially past halfway done in Marvel's What If series. This has been a lot of fun. I'm super excited to talk about this one. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined by Melissa Wilkinson.
Yes.
Now, Melissa, if I remember correctly, you're not a huge zombie fan in general.
No, I like horror stuff. I'm not easily spooked. I'm not easily squeamed. Okay. I'm not squeamish about gore. Zombies have just never done anything for me. I don't find them frightening or compelling.
Gotcha. Well, with that knowledge, what did you think of Marvel Zombies?
Well, I like Marvel anything, and I like that the episode was just called What If Zombies?
Right? Yeah.
That's all you need. This was really fun. I'm glad that it was funny, and it also was pretty visceral as a horror story. Like, everybody's a zombie. Yeah. Like, they look gross, but they also look cool. Zombie was a good look on everybody.
Yeah, they should do it more often. More Marvel zombies. That's what I demand. Return in
more
season
frequently,
2.
everywhere.
Yeah,
every season gets one zombie episode.
Why
or they
not?
can explore like different forms of monsters. Next season we get a werewolf episode.
There is precedent for Captain America turning into a werewolf in the comics.
Well, they should all be werewolves.
Who knows? So yeah, the Marvel Zombies idea is actually based off of a comic book by the same name, simply entitled Marvel Zombies. And it's written by Robert Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead. I don't know exactly which one came out first, or who was it, the chicken or the egg, or Marvel Zombies or Walking Dead, but it was kind of around the same time ish that he was working on those. But yeah, if you guys really liked this, you might want to go check out the comics as well. So Melissa, you give it a thumbs up.
Kyle, you've never seen me give anything a thumbs down. I don't know why you ask.
I'm just I enjoy this one. This is exactly what I was hoping for from a Marvel zombie type of thing, but also what I was hoping for from this show in general. Just like bring the action up a bit, bring the intensity up. Like the past 2 or so that we've gotten have been a little bit slower. They've been a little bit more somber. Not that they were bad, but they had, more these like slower emotional stories. And this hits you hard with the action and suspense, right? Of just like what is going on, what's happening, and in good zombie form. I liked this a lot. I was not expecting this to take place like within kind of a movie that we already knew. Like this was set in the time that would have been Infinity War, which I really enjoyed. I was like, that's an interesting thing to do. Because I thought it was just gonna be like in general, the Avengers exists, right?
Right.
Marvel
we're in like the
Avengers
campus timeline, which is all timelines. I do love the beginning that it's Bruce Banner plummeting from space into the New York sanctum. There to warn everybody Thanos is coming, and then he finds nobody, only Cape.
Yeah.
He goes on the streets, nobody's there, and he's like, am I late? Did I miss it?
What I thought was really funny was that when Ebony Maw, and I forget the big guy's name, when
Call
they
Obsidian,
come down,
or Corvus Glaive, I forget which one is which.
They still just carry on their whole speech as if it's like there's only one person.
Right, we're just gonna give all of this to Bruce.
Yeah. Behold, consider yourself saved.
I think the motley cast of this episode is its strongest point because we develop like a main action team Like, it's such an odd assortment of characters who are left. So
really
it's like Bruce, Okoye, Hope, Peter Parker, Kurt, the Russian guy from the Ant-Man team, and Cape, Doctor Strange's Cape. So happy the Cape got to be included that they thought. And Happy, oh my God, Happy and his "I'm not single, I'm saving myself for Thor" t-shirt. What a cast. Love that that's our team. Very happy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that we got to see all of these characters together, because we see some of them maybe share screen time in Endgame, but that's kind of it. Like, there's really no interaction between them.
Like, it's just
we get that.
It's just people who were at Tony Stark's funeral, not Kurt. I don't think all of X-Con got invited to the funeral. Maybe they're there later for the like after funeral like luncheon.
Yeah.
You know, that all funerals have. I think about that a lot, that I know that was like an incredibly somber, tragic moment. All these characters gathered together to honor Tony Stark, but so badly. I just want to see everybody talk to each other about things that aren't Tony Stark.
Yeah. But
I need that opportunity, please. And this is the closest we've gotten to stuff like that.
I guarantee you War Machine would still be doing his boom. You're looking at this story? Right?
He tells it to every new visitor. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, Janet Van Dyne, you've been in the quantum realm for 30 years. I've got a story to tell you.
He never got to tell it to the small kid from Iron Man 3.
Peter, get over here. Yeah. Morgan, you're old enough. Let Uncle Rhodey tell you the story.
Exactly. Anyways, I loved the cast in this. I thought they worked fantastically. And it was interesting to see the places that they went, because it started off very reminiscent of 28 Days Later, right? Where there's just kind of no one in the streets but that one person. And then we get to more like Train to Busan style stuff, where they are on this train while all the zombie stuff is happening, and then they get to this compound where they meet the Vision. And he's there. He's like, I'm not human, so they don't go after me.
Right.
But
I did like how it was fun to see what entities could and could not be infected by the virus. So some of the first people it gets to are Ebony Maw and company. You know, it does affect aliens. And we don't even know if those are the same type of alien. We don't know where those guys are from. It can get all sorts of people. But yeah,
I like thing to think about. Yeah,
it's thinking about these non-human entities like Vision and Doctor Strange's sentient cape. They're good.
Yeah. And then Melissa, we got what I know will forever be your favorite Marvel character of Head in a Jar Ant-Man.
I love Head in a Jar Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd was great in this.
He was a delight. I'm so happy all these things were one episode, like zombies and Head in a Jar and Peter Parker wearing the Doctor Strange cape. Is the cape of a name?
I think they called it the Cloak of Levitation.
Okay.
But that was it. So,
but is that its title, Levi, or is that its name?
I don't know. Right? Yeah. It might just be Cloak. Who knows?
Old Cloaky.
I mean, I guess technically in the Marvel universe, Cloak is the name of someone else.
Oh, yeah, that is a guy. Oh.
Anyways, what did you think of Head in a Jar Ant-Man? Especially because he ended up wearing the cape, and so he was just head and cape.
Excellent. Love it. It was so fun, and I like that he calls out, "This is how I cope with stressful situations. I'm just all dad jokes. This is me trying to make myself feel better." Like that helps moderate the tone a lot. And he's so upset when he sees Hope go down at the end of the episode. It's distressing to watch.
He's distraught, which is a little bit of a strange thing for me to think about, because I know he's kind of stuck where he is since he no longer has a body. But you would think he would have been like wanting to know more information or seeing it like, hey, Vision, can we get her here to the compound somehow? Why does he not know her fate?
Exactly. Like, he doesn't ask about Hope until he sees like giant zombie Hope outside.
Right. Yeah. Which that was a little bit strange to me, but yeah, I think for the most part, I loved all of the stuff that they did here, all the nods to past MCU stuff when Winter Soldier killed Cap and then was like, I guess this is the end of that line.
Yeah! I like when Falcon dies and he's like, I should feel upset, but I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, they also did not shy away from some gruesome deaths.
Oh my God.
In
when like,
yeah.
I think the best one is just like when I think it's Sharon turns around like Happy's reactor glove. So he like blasts off his own head.
In the face. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a great one. Watching Cap being split in half by his own shield.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. And then to see Hope go in Sharon after she's turned to a zombie.
Yes.
She goes inside her as like a super small like wasp, and then expands and just like explodes her. Like that,
right, and
that
then
was gnarly.
And then she's got the line, I think I'm covered in Sharon, which reminds me so much of, dude, you've got some arst on you.
Yes! Thank you, right? Melissa. I knew you were going to say that. That's exactly what I thought of.
We're on the island wavelength. Yeah, I was. I wonder if that was an Easter egg giving that line to the cast member from Lost.
Exactly. Joe Medforce is in the chat. Joe, what's up, my dude?
Hello.
And says, this one of What If is honestly my favorite since the first one. I didn't expect it to be because of zombies, because zombies can be so zombies can be so overdone, but they nailed it. And then some.
Yeah.
I agree. I thought this was fantastic. We put a lot of hard work into the shows that we make, and yes, we make multiple different shows here at the Whatnauts, and we'd love it if you would check them all out. You can find out more information on our website at thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. When you type in the Whatnauts, all of our shows will pop up right there. Just don't forget to give us a nice rating and review if you like the shows. If you want to support what we do here at The Whatnauts, patreon.com/The Whatnauts is the best place to do that. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get all kinds of exclusive content at the $3 tier. You can also get a shout out and thank you on all of our shows at the $5 tier. You can support us on Twitch by subscribing to our channel at twitch.tv/The Whatnauts, and we would love to have you all join us for our live streams and talk with us in the chat. And lastly, we have merch. If you want to grab yourself a shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or something else, go to thewhatnauts.com/store to pick up some merch today. Melissa, we have not yet mentioned Wanda. What did you think of all of the stuff that was happening there with Wanda?
I like that she's in this middle ground where like they're trying to find like a cure for the zombieism, and they think they've got it, but Vision's like, no, I tested it on her. She's too strong. It won't work.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm not
magically stopping it or something.
And he's like, well, I'm not going to kill Wanda, so I'm just going to keep Wanda contained. I'm just going to keep my girlfriend here in the basement of Camp Lehigh. We're back at Camp Lehigh again. And I was really hoping when they were sneaking around in there that we were going to find like an Armin Zola head on a computer. But alas, no. He's the one person who doesn't get to be in this episode. But yeah, exactly. He just plans to feed her people. And T'Challa is there and his leg is missing. And I thought, and I guess it's for like from some injury, but I thought for a second, it's like, well, how much does she need to eat? Does she only need to eat a limb at a time? Is he just going to slowly feed her the Wakandan king? Is this Hannibal now?
Time. Yeah. Yeah, just just have one of those like deli like meat slicers, right?
He is a deli
Black
meat
Panther
slicer.
sandwich.
I'm sure he's got that capability.
Yeah, that was once he had that like darker line where he was like, "You're not gonna find what you're looking for." I knew something was up right then. I was like, "Oh, Vision isn't. He's not doing the thing that we want him to do." And then when you see Black Panther without his leg, I was like, "Oh, I bet you he's feeding him to her." And then it was that, which there's supposedly something similar to that in an X-Force comic where a bunch of Marvel characters are trapped somewhere, and Deadpool is out there with them on the team. And
yes,
he's the only one that can somehow find food, but he just comes back with the food, and no one knows how he got the food. And they eventually find out that he's like chopping off his own limbs and being like, "Here, you guys can eat me because I'll just grow it back," and stuff like that. So good times with that. But yeah, that
good
was
times.
A twist. Oh, right? Good, clean family fun.
Always fun with Wade.
But that whole Vision and Wanda thing was not something that I was expecting in this. I was expecting to dive more into like Patient Zero and like how did this whole thing start? How did it spread?
Well, we know it was Janet. It's just something in the quantum realm. Janet gets it, gives it to Hank. I like that there's this recurring theme of just terrible things happening to the Pym Van Dyne family.
Yeah, it's
everyone, honestly. Nobody's had like a real great time.
Because we don't know much about the quantum realm.
Little city in there.
We don't know if she just happened to like breathe the wrong particle, step on the wrong thing, or hey, it was this manufactured thing. Did someone somehow put it in there? Did Kang somehow put this in there? We don't know.
Kang, he makes tiny diseases in his tiny city.
Right? You never know. But I was expecting to see the blood vials from Captain Carter in the first one come back, and that maybe somehow be related. But that was not what we got, and I kind of like that it's still mysterious. Like, we know who Patient Zero is, but we don't really know the cause of this, which I like. I like not knowing that.
Yeah, they gave us enough of an explanation. Like, I didn't think too much about it. Like, who knows what's in the quantum realm? You go into the quantum realm for 30 years, you come back with a zombie disease. I get it. It happens.
Exactly. Yeah, so then I think we should also mention Hope Van Dyne has been out there.
Another episode that points out how funny it is that her name is the noun Hope.
Yep, that uses her name as like the crux of the whole thing here. I really liked her in this one. I thought her performance was fantastic. It's interesting to see that she didn't necessarily get bit, but she did get scratched. So it can be from a scratch, or just at least like somehow it got into your blood, right? She has a great moment where she goes ginormous and holds up the team and is just stomping on zombies as she walks them into Vision's compound. That was a lot of fun. Joe, I know you mentioned here in the chat that you liked Peter Parker's line of, "If we don't keep smiling when they can't, then we might as well just be gone too." And that was like it right there in that moment.
They were so sweet with each other, like two characters who we've never seen speak to each other. I like that you can throw them together for a couple minutes and they can develop this rapport. And Bruce is in that scene with them too, and he's like got his hand on like one or both of their shoulders, and it looks like this little family unit. Like, this is what I want. I never imagined a Bruce, Hope, and Peter family unit, but I want that now.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked the pacing of this one. I thought the pacing was phenomenal. And to see them do the whole balancing act between like shots that are like hauntingly silent and big action scenes and gross stuff and then emotional stuff and then funny jokes. Like they have some genuinely funny moments in this. I think my favorite is at the end when they escape giant zombie Hope, and she just throws someone at the airplane. You see him go,
wonderful. I think the only joke I didn't care for the bit where like somebody references a horror movie and Okoye says we don't watch horror movies. We just watch American reality television.
Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, goodbye, Joe. I'm like, horror movies have existed way longer than American reality television. I get you're making a joke, but like in the 80s, nobody watched The Thing. The Thing didn't make its way to Wakanda. You might be missing out.
I can see that it's maybe not making its way to Wakanda. But then again, I can also see them having everything and then some. So I don't know. But yeah, it's always strange fiction's relationship to other fictional stuff.
Yeah.
Of like, do they have the Romero movies? Is Romero in the MCU?
Is
that's
anybody?
What I want to know, right? Yeah. Did they watch Zombieland? Do they know to double tap? Do
they know that
Cap Zombie still alive because he didn't get hit in the head there, and he's just like army crawling his way down the terrain? I don't know.
He could do that all day.
You sure could. Oh man, he can do it to the end of the line.
I loved in Peter's little video when all the characters appear. They get that little byline that's like their name and like Sharon Carter, special skills, combat, eulogies. Like all Peter has seen are just the previous MCU movies. He's never really spoken to any of these people. Doesn't know a thing about Sharon.
Absolutely. Man, I thought all of the actors in this one did a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
I liked getting to see Bucky back here because in the first one, I felt like his performance was maybe a little bit too cartoonish. Whereas this I felt was more like his character. I don't think it nailed it exactly yet, but it was more like, okay, yeah, that's more along the lines of what I know and remember.
It's a different type of Bucky than we got the first time. I like that we get to see these characters a couple times and they're different. You know, they're different shades, different variations on their personality per each situation they get thrown in.
Yeah. I don't like that we didn't get to see Hulk fight Wanda all that long. Like, what happened?
That would be fun. Yeah.
I don't know. That would be interesting to see. How does Hulk stand up against her magic? He can't really be bitten, so he's just gonna be Hulk, just smashing. And then we get to the like final little bit, the end section of this, as they are taking the Mind Stone that used to be in Vision to Wakanda, which is like the last safe haven on Earth there. And it turns out Thanos is already there. He's a zombie, and all he needs is that last stone. And it kind of ends on this cliffhanger. Now, did that read to you that Thanos had already gotten into Wakanda, or these were like what did you read the ending of this, Tubby?
Yeah, I guess it wasn't immediately geographically clear to me, but I figured he was like out there on the border. There's all these, we see like
at least, yeah,
figures from the outside, like clawing at that Wakandan force field. I figured, maybe those are just citizens of the surrounding areas of Africa, or maybe that is, Thanos space soldiers, or both. Could be anybody.
I at first thought, oh yeah, that's Thanos' soldiers trying to get in, but they were more alien-like than that, which those looked like
true.
humans. Which then, yeah, it could be neighboring zombies that found their way to Wakanda. But then I thought, what if Thanos snapped himself inside the barrier and has already infected them,
and
they're trying to get out of
Wakanda. Oh yeah, he's got a space stone. That's true.
He does, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what zombie Thanos would do with the stones, because he still has the ability to like function, but is functioning differently, right? He knows he has the stones. He knows he needs to like snap to use them, but he's not being like, well, I just want to, destroy half of the zombies so the other half can live in peace, right? That wouldn't really make sense. So what is Thanos up to?
Yeah, who knows what he wants now? And something we've seen What If do a couple times is that there are changes before what the actual like what if question of the episode is.
Right.
So maybe his goal is different because of something else that happened way before Hank went to get Janet out of the quantum realm and she's a zombie.
That is possible. Maybe he's just looking to destroy Earth completely.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's interesting stuff to think about, though.
Yeah, another neat tidbit about this episode that I didn't think that much about when it was mentioned, but listening to the new Rockstar's reaction, they're like, this is the first canonical mention of Uncle Ben Parker.
It sure is. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. More Ben Parker, please. So I have to say that I had that spoiled for me, kind of, that he was mentioned. I read a thing that was like, this is the first canonical mention of this Spider-Man character. So I knew something was up, and I was like, I wonder if it's Uncle Ben, since they haven't really mentioned him. And it did. And I like, for a moment before I watched this, I was wondering if somehow, what if Uncle Ben was patient zero? And like, that was how he died in this one.
He died of zombie. Ooh.
Yeah, you never know. Well, I guess we do know in this one, but hey, maybe there's a universe out there where Uncle Ben was patient zero.
Yeah, instead of just being shot by a mugger. Because Peter failed to see how that's his problem.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I absolutely adored this one.
This was fun.
I hope now in the rest of the season, I hope we just go really weird. Like
I like when it's weird.
Like I don't necessarily need something that is like, because this one character made this slightly different decision, like the whole thing changed. Like, I just want something completely bananas. Like, what if
I just want to see the whole character blow up again. I want stuff like that.
Sure, I mean, stuff like that, or just like, for absolutely no reason, have every character be a duck. And it's just like, what happens?
Duck universe.
What
Do
if
it,
ducks?
yeah.
I don't know, just like something like that. And then Howard the Duck is the only human. Like,
oh my God.
What if it's something like that?
Wow.
I just want weird and wacky and stuff that is just like, this is funny. Like who thought of this? This is bananas.
Yeah, we've had funny things happening out of understandable questions until we get to this one, and it's just like, what if zombies? Yeah, I want more questions on that level of strangeness. What if everybody was a Howard the Duck?
or like different time periods, right? Like, what if the Avengers took, like, what if they happened in 1602, right? Because there is Marvel 1602 comics. So what if we get something like that? That's the stuff that I want to see next. So.
Oh my God. I want the rest of the Avengers assembled in the 90s when Captain Marvel is there. Like, Fury decides immediately, I gotta go get several more people. Let's get more superheroes now in 1996.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be fun.
So we get young Tony Stark and his like Mr. Softy t-shirt. His parents have just died.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, that stuff would be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. This show has been fantastic. I love it.
Real treat
Good
every
stuff,
week.
Indeed. Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities.
There you go. And if you guys want to follow me, I'm at YoKyleSpringer on Twitter. And if you guys want to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, you guys can follow us at the Whatnauts on Twitter. So go like, share, subscribe. You guys know the deal with all of that. And yeah, we will be back next week with more Marvel's What If. I think we're also supposed to get a trailer for the new Matrix. So maybe we'll do a reaction to that.
I know zero things about the Matrix, Kyle.
Maybe I can wrangle someone else to react, or maybe I'll do it by myself. I don't know.
You need somebody there, I'll be there, but I will have no emotional attachment to anything that's happening.
A true friend. Then I also want to mention that we saw Shang-Chi, and we have our spoiler cast up for that. So if you guys also want to go see Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, we have our reactions up to that as well. So go check it out. And last but not least, a big shout out to our Patreon supporters at the $5 tier and above. So thank you, Sam. We appreciate you. We love you a lot. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. But with that, this will wrap up our reactions for this week. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.